Yellow viewers, welcome once again to another episode of African Confessions HD, right here on Extraordinary Africa. My name is Solution Uncle. It's video number 2 of 2 today. If you have not yet watched the first video we published, make sure after watching this one you go straight to the video. I have put the link on the comment section. And viewers, if you're still new to this show, in this show we usually publish lifetime confessions. Mostly we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. And without wasting much of your time, let's go straight into our 3 confessions for this afternoon. Stay tuned as we are going to take you through all these stories. Our first confession is as follows. Yellow uncle, I am that lady who is changing to be a reptile. Someone called me as soon as you posted. He is based in Kenya. The man told me to take soil on any of my relatives' graves and mix it with my urine. I did so. I paid him online. He blocked me after. Now I'm facing 2 problems. I'm changing to be a reptile slowly, whilst dreaming the late relative with the grave I took soil, asking, why did you wake me up? I am clueless. Here is the first confession from our sister who is saying she is changing to be a reptile. I desperately need help. I have been dating a Nigerian man. He is rich and lives in Senton. He has a mansion there and I was staying with him. He gave me everything I ever wanted and I had access to his cars in the house. I was allowed to do as I please, but he had only one rule. I can do everything I want in the mansion, but I should never throw a party or invite friends over because there should never be any noise or disturbances to the property. And I was not allowed to go in this other room. I could go in every room in the mansion, but not that room. At first, I didn't mind because it was a small price to pay for the life I was living. This other time, he had to go to Nigeria for some time, and since I couldn't invite friends or play loud music, the place felt really quiet and lonely. At this point, I knew every inch of the mansion, except for that room I was not allowed to enter. I got bored and I was curious. Go the better of me, and I went into that room. I can't share with you guys what I saw in the room because he said if I tell anyone what I saw, then I would die, and I believe him. After this incident, he kicked me out and I no longer have access to his house. He is very difficult to get hold of. I am writing to you, admin. Please, I need help. Ever since I went into that room, I saw what I saw. I am slowly turning into a snake. The Nigerian men don't want to help me at all. My biggest fear is that if I don't get help, then I will fully transform into a human-like snake and I will end up as I'm sure I will be turning into one of them. Someone please help me before it's too late. The transformation is painful. I'll read comments, inbox those that can help me and explain what I saw. Yellow Solution Uncle, can you please post anonymous? I've been married 2 times, but the marriages failed to stand. In my first marriage, I was raped at a very young age, got impregnated and stopped going to school. The guy was way older than me. He agreed with my parents that he was going to look after me till I finished my education, my tertiary education. To them, it was impossible for me to get married to such an old man. Also, I was still young to get married. He was 45, I was just 15. I gave birth to my firstborn, who later died at the age of 2. I proceeded with my education. The guy was the one paying for school fees as in agreement with my parents. Finished and trained as a parks patrol officer. I got married to a soldier. The man was so rude. He could start to beat me for no reason. At first, he was a good person. He started all this when he knew I was once raped. He never trusted me again. He could tell me that I'm smelling condoms. He could call while I'm at work, harassing me, saying I'm dating every man at work. We called relatives several times, thinking maybe our conflicts could be settled down. It even increased. I decided to break up with the man, went to the courts, and our marriage was cancelled. I decided to move away with my kids. There was rumors that he was going to take another wife. We have 3 kids together. I don't want them to be abused by their father's new wife. Shockingly, the following week, I was fired from work. Schools were about to be opened. I wanted to buy school uniforms, stationery, and pay school fees. My parents gave me a small amount to start a small business. I started going to Mozambique to buy shoes and came back here and sell. One day, the bus broke down just before Forbes border post. We stayed at that place for more than 3 hours. I was afraid. I have left my kids alone. Started hitchhiking, trying to get transport so quickly. A family car stopped. A lady, slim and brown in complexion, was driving. I took all my shoes and boarded the car. We started talking. She was saying she had marital problems before she started going to her church. From what he was talking, her life was flowing. Traveled a distance of about almost 50 kilometers. She was only talking about her church. I didn't tell her about any of my problems. But what shocked me is that I was facing every problem she was saying was being fixed at her church. I was tempted to visit their church. We arrived in Marondera, where I stays. She gave me directions of their church in Rua. We exchanged numbers, went home. The next morning, she called me saying there was a family healing and deliverance all night at their church in Borodale the following Saturday. On that Saturday, we woke up early, preparing to go to the church. What was surprising me is that my last born was keeping on denying to go with us. I thought it was a demon in here, causing her to deny. I forced her. We went to the church. I can't disclose the actual address, but their main parishes are in Harare CBD, Pretoria, Cape Town, Lusaka, Windhoek, London, Ontario. Everyone in that hall was wearing black and red. Some were black, some were in red. Upon entering, we were told to put our Bibles where there was a heap of books aside the door. It seems as if there were also newcomers in the church who came with their Bibles. They were singing, worshiping songs, but they never mentioned Jesus or God's name. At around 12 in the midnight, the doors and windows just closed on their own. Everyone started laughing weirdly. A bell started to ring. They all kept quiet. From that time, there was maximum silence in the hall. We started to see red-colored smoke all over the room. This frightened my children. They tried to cry. A man came to us and sprayed us with something like perfume. From then, we never recalled what was happening. Later, just to recall waking up in the car of that lady who offered me transport from Mozambique, asking me how was the all night. I was not afraid to speak to her, but my children started to love her like they know her before. What worried me the most is that they put tattoos on my kids. I don't know their actual meaning. Yes, they gave me a house, a car, and a lot of money, but I'm afraid my children's future. They are now liking the church like something else. Once I get in that church, I only recall what just happened when I'm still inside. Once I get outside, everything will vanish. My children always recalls Sometimes they try to tell me, but I don't understand about that church. Yellow Solution Uncle. I have a child who is 1 year old and I'm still together with the baby daddy, but my family does not allow the child to go to see the father. He is supportive of everything, but my parents don't want my child to go and see your father. Now she is attending creche and it's expensive because she is still young. It makes it hard for me to manage everything financially since the father stopped giving her money, saying he can't continue supporting a child he does not have access to. Another reason she is attending creche is that there is no one who can take or look after her at her home, but at her father's house, her aunt is around. I tried talking to my parents, asking if she could stay there during the day. Lately, she goes back home because I can't afford creche, transport, and everything else, but they refused. I don't know what to do. Are they right to refuse? As usual, I would like to thank everyone who confesses. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your stories. We are learning from these stories. My sister, I'm so sorry, and I'm very disappointed about what happened to you. Someone watched the video and scammed you. He told you to take soil from one of your relatives' grave, mix it with your urine. That person never mentioned about praying about God. My sister, I'm very sorry for what happened, but you need to seek God. You need to seek God to get rid of all this. Not these traditional healers. They won't take us anywhere. Even our forefathers, they died with nothing. They don't believe in God. So we need to start a new thing. Let's dedicate ourselves to God. Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dream of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you." My sister, you're supposed to seek God. Start praying and fasting as we urged you to do. And that person who scammed you, I know he is listening right now. You guy, what is that? Guys, let's stop doing that. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop doing that. Let's focus on helping others, not scamming others. Is very wrong. God is in it. I am not here to judge, but God is with us. So if you are someone of the devil, stay away from us. Stay away from us. And there was this other confession. I think I need to reread it. Let me check. I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, guys. Yes. Please don't insult me. I have a child who is 1 year old and I'm still together with the baby daddy. But my family does not allow the child to go to see the father. He is supportive of everything, but my parents don't want my child to go to see your father. Now she is attending creche and it's expensive because she is still young. It makes it hard for me to manage everything financially since the father stopped giving her money, saying he can't continue supporting a child he doesn't have access to. Another reason she is attending creche is that there is no one who can look after her at home, but at her father's house, her auntie is around. I tried talking to my parents, asking if she could. Yeah, you ended up saying, are they right to refuse? The Bible itself says, obey your parents before anything else. Thank you so much for sharing, my sister. That's my advice to you. But I will leave it to comment section. Guys, what's your take on these stories? don't forget to comment, please, guys. Please, guys, don't forget to comment. Let's your our friends and family who are in mad, they need to be having a better life, so we should play a part. Rather they'll commit suicide, what we don't want to happen. That was the video number 2 of 2. If you have not yet watched the first video of a man who was saying his manhood part is developing teeth which are killing his lovers, if you have not yet watched, go straight, the link is in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for always supporting Extraordinary Africa. Let's meet tomorrow on a Wednesday. You have a good day. Bye for now. Peace be with you.